Guys, this is Pratik here, and I'm here basically to show you all guys how to track the form submissions when the URL is not changing. So for most of the marketers, how they used to track all the form submission is basically when you are about to hit the send button and when you will see the URL will be changed to something like HTTPS, the domain name slash thank you.html, right? But what if you want to track a form submission where the URL is not changing? So here comes the role of a tag manager, and I am using the same. And I will show you how to do step-by-step process basically, and also not only just to set up that kind of tag, and I am also going to show you how to implement the same thing in the analytics so that you can see the events, all the events happening in the in your analytics dashboard. So let's start off with doing some of the prerequisite work. So as you can see, I'm already logged in my tag manager, and the website which we are going to track is marketlytics.com. It's one of my websites. So what I'm going to show you is basically see. So this I'm already in the debug mode, and as you can see, okay. So we already have two tags in place. This is one of the tag Google Analytics Universal Analytics, which I have set just to show you, just to show that okay, if I click on something, then this will fire, and this is a different kind of tag. So as you all can see that there are only two tags now. So this is just a proof that I'm going to set up all the things from the scratch. So let's just start. Okay. First of all, we will go to the triggers part. Okay. This is the place which will let the DOM element and the tag managers know that okay, what kind of trigger would be linked to the tag. Let's just name it like okay. So before setting this up, let me just brief you with all the things. What are we going to set up and how we are? What are the problem basically, and how we are going to track it. So this is the form. Okay, just focus on this URL. The URL is marketlytics.com/contact. So I'll just fill in the form. Okay. So being a marketer, I don't want any dependency on the developer side that okay, if I want to track form submission, then and if the URL is not changing, so you should add a JavaScript on the button that on clicked event. I don't want that kind of dependency. So what to do with that situation? First of all, let's come to the main problem. So there are various kind of form and there are various kind of form submissions. One of the very common form submissions is something that when you have filled all the form, when you have filled all the fields on the form, and when you hit this send button, the URL, the basically this URL changes, and this gives the marketer an ability to track the form submission. Let's say in a normal form submission, like when you will fill all the fields on the form, and when you hit the send button, the URL of your website would seems to be something like this, like the whole URL plus something like x.html or PHP or something like that. Okay, but there are certain forms where these things would happen naturally, right? So how to track it? So the method to track it is let's first see let's before going to towards that thing, let's first see what are the things and how are we tracking it. Okay, so let's come to the main problem first. Okay, as you can see, this is the URL, and when I will hit this send button, it will get submitted also. One second. it's submitted, right? Sending. Thank you so much for contacting. We'll get back to you shortly. So basically, the URL is not changed. So how a marketer is now able to track it? So let's just refresh it. See how we can track it. So there are these are the tags, these are the variables, and these are the data layer. Okay. So as you can see, gtm.click is the event which is getting fired because this is how it is set up. So I have just set up a tag on my tag manager that whenever I click on any of the element on my web page, it will get recorded in this basically a dashboard, and it will show me all the values and all the variables attached to that element. Let's suppose if I click on this element, okay, you see there is a increase of 1 in this gtm.click, right? And let's just go to the variable. And if you see, I've clicked on the name part, right? So it let you know that what kind of element you have clicked, and with the help of this thing, you can attach the same thing with the element to the trigger, and after that you can attach the same trigger to a tag, so that the same thing can be tracked on your analytics dashboard. So that's our goal basically, how to track that kind of event. So let's just do it. So few basics thing about these kind of form submissions is like it will not get submitted, and we have to make sure that it should not get submitted when the fields are not filled. Okay, and we have to also make sure that the id or the element which we are tracking or which we are using to track should be that much trackable that okay, it is changing only when it is changing only when the form is submitted, not on the click element. I'll show you how what I'm trying to say. Let's say click. Let's say gmail.com. Let's just leave this thing for a while, and let's just focus on this gtm.click number. This is the 14th number, basically. Okay, let's just see if I click on this send button, whether something is happening or not, whether this gtm.click is moving ahead or not. Nothing happens because no form is submitted. But if I click anywhere on the page, let's suppose this, it has changed, right? This is 17th number. 17th number, what is the click ID? What is the click text? It is undefined, okay. Event is gtm.click, form, classes, form element, form ID. So these are the variables which you can set on Google Tag Manager. This doesn't comes by default. You have to set it, and basically it's a one-time process only. So since we are tracking form, we should track it using this form element of form ID. So I'll be using form ID, and just pay close attention to this form ID. The basically form ID and the click ID is the same in this thing, and we have to make sure that okay, when is that point when this form ID or click ID is changing in this particular thing, form ID and click ID will change. Let's see. Okay, let's see for any other element. Okay, for gtm.click 16th number, nothing is changing. 15th also nothing is changing. This thing 14th, this is for something else, don't know what. Okay, gtm.click, gtm.click. Okay, nothing is changing so far. Okay, and we are yet on number 18. Okay, so let's just fill the form. Okay, let's see what's it changing. So I have filled the form, and what I'm about to do is press this send button. Okay, just pay close attention to this thing. 20 to 20-second number. I have pressed the send button. Okay. So now you can see that the URL is not changed, but the form is submitted, and we have a new GTM.click event which is got tracked. And let's see what are the variables and the data layers available for us to track. So as we can see, the element ID for this thing is NF16. Okay, the variables it is shown in the variables also. The click ID NF field 16 and the form ID NF field 16. What is the 24th one? So according to me, what is happening is, I don't know whether you have seen it or not, that when I was about to press that send button, it is in that process of okay. One is the actual state, one is the submission state, and one is the again the stable state. So in that process, when the form is submitting, so it has assigned an ID to the button. So that form ID and the click ID we have to track, because it will let us know, and it will let us track the button that okay, on this click and on this form ID the form is submitted, and we will be able to track that okay, when the URL is not changing, so this is the form ID which we need to track. Okay, so we will just copy this thing for a future reference, and we will probably create a trigger for it. First of all, let us see if something is happening in Google Analytics or not. So as of now, as I have created an event, it is undefined. Some event is happening, but it is undefined as of now. So let's see how we can track form submission, and let it populate here also in the Google Analytics dashboard and in the event section. So let's create a trigger. So the trigger which we are about to create is of click type. So there are various type of triggers which you can create. Basically, there are page views, click elements, user engagement. Element visibility is something which is very fascinating. So we will come to it on this in my later videos. So let's just stick with this element type. So when you will see the trigger configuration for the click element, we will go with the subclicks. Okay. So what we have tracked is form ID. Let's just check it. We are going with the form ID. The data layer variable name is form ID, right? NF16. It should contain or equal to the thing which we have just formed. So my trigger name is form submission without URL change, and it is getting triggered when the form ID in the top element or top element would be equal to NF16. Let's just save it. So we have created a trigger as of now, but let me tell you that okay, yep, this is just a trigger. We have not created a tag for it. As you're also able to see that we only have two tags as of now. One is the Google Analytics tag and Google Analytics event tag, which has been created, which is for my PDF download. If someone will download my PDF, it will get triggered. Okay, so let's create a tag now. Tag, create a And so the track type which I am going to track is a event. Is an event, and the category is form. Right? The category is form, and the action on it is form submission. Right. So one thing many people ask me that okay, what are these categories? What are these action? Are they the pre-populated fields or the variable which is being set up in the Google Analytics? Because the kind of field which we set up and the kind of field which is already there in the DOM element, it's kind of similar, right? So let's just do an experiment of creating a category and the form submission, sorry, action of our type, basically a custom. Okay, so let's just name it for the experiment sake, whether it gets populated in the analytics dashboard or not. Form submission without URL change. So what will happen is I'll show you the analytics dashboard. So this is the event category, this is the event action, which we are going to, which we are just trying to create. The track type is event. Okay, category will be form. Category is this category here, event category, and event action, which we are trying to populate is form submission without URL change. Okay, let's just okay. I have to just paste my Google Analytics code. So let's just name it. So basically, the naming convention which I have followed is Google Analytics. This is an event. Oh, event. What kind of event is this? Form submission. It's just a name. Oh, oh. This is the tag configuration, and when it will be triggered is something this form submission without URL change. All element this. Okay, let's just save it. So I guess we have now three tags which are showing in this tag manager, but still we have to check whether the same tags are being shown on our website. So I'm already in my debug mode. Let's see. I'll just refresh it. I'm on my website now. So I'm on my website now and I've just refreshed it. And let's see whether we have the tags or not. And as we can see, we don't have tag. So what might be the problem? I think that most of the beginners do this kind of problem and they are just very much in that kind of delusional state. Why is my tag not firing? Because they have not refreshed it. After creating a tag, just please refresh the debug mode. So since we have refreshed it now, let's just refresh it one more time. I hope so. There. Okay, good. Very big and good. Shazam. Okay, so it's there now. Google Analytics event form submission without URL change. So as you can see, the tag is not yet fired, and also there are no. Okay, let's go to the event directly so that we can see the form submission in a real time. Okay, so we don't have any data as of now. Let's see what will happen now. So as soon as I will click anywhere on my screen, this tag will be in this position. Let's see. Okay, right? The tag fired on this page is this one. And let's just fill this. Just continue. So let's just click the send button now and see what are the tags which are fired on this screen. Okay, so boom. Did our tag fired? Yes. Our tag was fired, and let's see if it has got tracked in my analytics dashboard or not. Oh my god. Yep, it has tracked it. So yep, that's it for now. We are cool now. And we are now able to track the form submission whose URL is not changing. Shh. Okay, so stay tuned with me to know more about Google Tag Manager in my future episodes. Probably.